The Bangle Sellers is a musical poem written by Sarojini Naidu. The poem is a song sung by the men who sell glass bangles at village fairs or markets that are organized around temples during festivals or on auspicious days. The different colored bangles symbolize the different stages of a woman's life. As a young girl, a bride, a middle aged matron, and as an older woman. Sarojini Naidu played an important and active role in India's freedom struggle. Her birthday is recognized as Women's Day. Although several critics have criticized this poem as a celebration of our patriarchal society, it is important to see it as a reflection of the lives of countless women who selflessly devote their lives in the service of their families and loved ones, never expecting anything in return. If we are to truly uplift women and free them from the shackles of patriarchy, we must make an effort to understand their lives and the expectations that the society has of them. Summary of the poem. The bangle sellers are going to the temple fair to sell their bangles. They call out to customers, advertising the different types of bangles that they are carrying. Some bangles are silver, blue, red, and shining green. These are for maidens. Some bangles are golden yellow and fiery red. These are for a young bride. Some bangles are purple and gold flecked grey. These are for middle aged women. The narrators in the poem are the bangle sellers. They use the pronoun we to describe themselves and in one voice tell us who they are and what they sell. Now let us read the poem slowly and understand the meaning. Bangle sellers are we who bear our shining loads to the temple fair. Who will buy these delicate, bright, rainbow tinted circles of light? Lustrous tokens of radiant lives for happy daughters and happy wives. A group of bangle sellers is going to the temple fair to sell bangles. They bear, that is, carry, shining loads. Shining loads means the beautiful, brightly colored, glittering bangles. The bangle sellers use the word shining to describe their loads because they do not feel burdened by them. They are carrying beautiful, delicate bangles that will make their customers very happy. The bangle sellers call out to their potential customers by saying, "Who will buy these delicate, bright, rainbow tinted circles of light?" Here we see how well the bangle sellers are advertising their wares. The bangles are delicate and brightly colored, just like the vibrant colors of a rainbow. They catch and reflect light, which is why the poet uses the words circles of light. Thus, we see that by wearing these bangles, a woman is able to grasp and own a piece of fragile, elusive beauty for herself. Lustrous tokens of happy lives. This means that when a woman wears these lustrous or shining bangles, it conveys that she is leading a happy life. Widows in India are not allowed to wear bangles. The bangles make a beautiful tinkling sound which adds to their beauty and makes the wearer feel joyful. When a woman wears beautiful, shining, tinkling bangles, it symbolizes that she is well cared for and is conscious of her own beauty as well. By using the word happy, the poet is communicating the human element of the bangles. Daughters who wear these beautiful bangles are happy because they will be married soon. Wives who wear these bangles are happy because they are contented in their marital life. Some are meet for a maiden's wrist, silver and blue as the mountain mist. Some are flushed like the buds that dream on the tranquil brow of a woodland stream. Some are aglow with the bloom that cleaves to the limpid glory of newborn leaves. The second stanza describes the different colors of the bangles that are meet or suitable to be worn on the wrist of maidens or young girls. These bangles are of silver and blue colors and as delicate as the elusive and far-away mountain mist. Similarly, the young girls are also delicate and beautiful. Some are flushed like the buds that dream on the tranquil brow of a woodland stream. Flushed means red in color. Tranquil means peaceful. Brow means eyebrow. Some of the bangles are of the color of the buds on the plants that grow beside the woodland stream. These buds live happily and grow in a protected, peaceful, reassuring environment where they can dream of blossoming into gorgeous flowers. The environment has been personified as a sustainer that watches over the growth and development of the buds, just as a family watches over the growth and development of a young maiden who dreams of being married one day. The buds are red, which is the color of desire, symbolizing the longing in the maiden's heart at the thought of getting married one day. Some are aglow with the bloom that cleaves to the limpid glory of newborn leaves. Aglow means glowing. Bloom means blossoming. Cleaves means sticks closely to. And limpid means clear. Newborn leaves means the leaves that have just come out on the plant. These lines mean that some of the bangles are beautiful, shining, fresh, and unspoiled, light green in color, just like the color of a new leaf which has bloomed or sprouted on the plant. Thus, in this stanza, the poet describes the first stage of a woman's life as a young girl through her description of the bangles. Some are like fields of sunlit corn, meet for a bride on her bridal morn. Some like the flame of her marriage fire, or rich with the hue of her heart's desire, tinkling, luminous, tender and clear, like her bridal laughter and bridal tear. In this stanza, the poet talks about the second stage in a woman's life, when she is a bride and is about to get married. She wears bright golden yellow bangles on the morning of her wedding day. These bangles look just like the fields of corn which is lit up by the sunlight in the morning. The bride also wears fiery red bangles. They are like the flame of the sacred marriage fire. This color also expresses the passion in her heart about her married life. The bangles tinkle when the bride moves. They are bright, delicate, and clear in color, just like the laughter of the bride, because she is happy to be getting married and starting a new life, and also because at the same time she is sad and sheds tears since she is going to leave her parents and childhood home. At this time, she is in a very sentimental state of mind, wavering between laughter and tears. Some are purple and gold flecked grey, for she who has journeyed through life midway, whose hands have cherished, whose love has blessed, and cradled fair sons on her faithful breast, and serves her husband in faithful pride, and worships the gods at her husband's side. In the fourth stanza, the bangle sellers tell us about the bangles meant for a middle-aged woman, that is, mothers and housewives. These women wear purple and grey bangles that have gold flecks on them. These women are mature. They have experienced life and have reached middle age in the journey of life. They have given birth to children and have loved, cared for, blessed, and brought up their children. They have held their worthy sons close to their heart and have served their husband and household faithfully. They have taken pride in being housewives and mothers and have done their duties perfectly. Because of this, they have the honor of sitting beside their husband and worshipping God during religious ceremonies. Womanhood means the essence of being a woman. According to the poet, there are three stages in a woman's life: as a young maiden, as a bride, and finally as a wife and mother. A woman's life is spent in the service of her family, and she enjoys this life. Patriarchy means a social setup in which the father is the head of the family, and property and decision making authority is passed on from the father to his son. Women are secondary and dominated by men. The poem gives us enough evidence to point out the patriarchy in Indian society. Throughout the poem, the woman is shown dreaming of marriage and fulfilling her duties towards her family. Even after years of service, she has to sit by her husband's side to worship God. She is not in the center. Also note that the poet mentions fair sons, not fair children, which tells us that she is expected to give birth to boys only. Thus, the poem shows us a true picture of many Indian families where women are subjugated and people discriminate between sons and daughters.